Hello. Audio check. Hello. Hello. Audio check. Hello. Audio check. Audio check. Or 2 seconds. Display off.
We request once again, please put your.
Hello. Audio check. Hello. Audio check. Audio check.
Good evening to one and all present here. This is Divya here from HR department. Moving to our evening, and to begin with the event, on behalf of eNoah management and everyone present here, I'm extremely honored to introduce our chief guest, Dr. K. Radhakrishnan, IPS and former city police chief. And he has... And he has done 34 years of experience, like he has been retired as and 34 years of untiring service, who has truly set a benchmark for all the policemen and public service. Thank you so much. And I would like to call upon Mr. Mukesh to introduce our chief guest. K. Radhakrishnan, IPS and former city police chief.
Thank you.
And he has
So we're all here gathered today evening. You know about the topic we are going to discuss. So I'm here to introduce Dr. Radhakrishnan. I've prepared a small profile. Yeah. Okay. Welcome, sir. Dr. K. Radhakrishnan was born in Ammapatti village near Srivilliputtur, Tamil Nadu. He did his schooling in his hometown and graduation at St. John's College, Palayamkottai, Tirunelveli, with English as his major subject. He later pursued his Masters of Science in Chemistry from Madurai University in 1979. He did his PhD from Department of Criminology, University of Madras, for seminal research on tactical and strategic police response to communal violence, Coimbatore, a case study. He was well known as encyclopedic source of knowledge about the police force, especially to new superintendents of police, as he made remarkable contributions in education for poor children. He was the youngest child in his family of 7. Some of the highlights in his career are worthy to note and just for us to get inspired. He joined the Indian Police Service in the batch of 1983 and underwent police training as Assistant Superintendent of Police in Hyderabad from 1983 to 94. During the beginning of his career, he took up a position as Assistant Superintendent of Police of Dindigul District. During his tenure, he led a raid into training centers of LTTE and seized arms and ammunition. Following this, he was promoted to the post of Superintendent of Police of Ramanathapuram district, during which he was involved in arranging accommodation of more than 100,000 Tamil refugees from Sri Lanka who entered the district after the de-induction of IPKF, the Indian Peacekeeping Force. In a dramatic midnight encounter with the LTTE on 18 February 1990, he led the mission that saved lives of Elam People's Revolutionary Liberation Front militants and their leader. His further 2 years in the position of Superintendent of Police in the districts of Tuticorin, Sivagamai, Dharmapuri, Chengalpet and Vellore for a period of 10 years in 6 communally sensitive districts of Tamil Nadu yielded results in the maintenance of peace and prevention of communal and caste violence in the regions. During this period, he was proven instrumental in leading to the arrests of 2 assassins of the former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi and LTTE terrorists who escaped from prison in Chennai. In July 1997, he was promoted as the Deputy Inspector General of Police in the Trichy range, which comprised of 4 districts, during which he successfully controlled the Tamil Nadu Liberation Army, leading to the arrests of 50 TNLA members and its leader. In 1998, he assumed charge as the Commissioner of Police of Coimbatore City District, just after the Coimbatore serial blasts of 1998. To bring back the rule of law in the devastated city of Coimbatore after serial blasts in February 1998 that killed 68 people and injured 245 people, he restored normalcy with an iron hand and active community participation. In 2002, he was promoted as Inspector General of Police in Vigilance and Anti-Corruption, and in 2006 moved to the Department of Law and Order, North Zone, Tamil Nadu. In 2017, he retired as Director General of Police, CID, Civil Supplies from Tamil Nadu, serving as Member of Police Commission for Government of Tamil Nadu, which involves extensively in examining police welfare measures and police department functioning. And to talk about his achievements and recognitions, in 1995, he got the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister's Medal for Outstanding Devotion to Duty. 1999, President of India's Police Medal for Meritorious Service. 2009, President of India's Police Medal for Distinguished Service. And again in 2003, awarded the Best Alumnus Award for the first time by the SVP National Police Academy, Hyderabad. And as part of international awards, he got the Queen's Award 2002 from the UK for Women Police Empowerment, and then Community Policing Award in 2002 from the International Association of Chiefs of Police, USA, Queen's Award 2004 for the second time for his contributions to restore communal harmony in Coimbatore. And regarding his service to society and education, to improve his native village, he took necessary steps and donated his ancestral property, measuring about 3.7 acres in land in S. Amapatti village. He helped in sourcing funds to expand an old government middle school into a government high school in 2006, which was further upgraded into a government higher secondary school in 2010. The school caters to many underprivileged children, including girls and Dalits, numbering nearly 600 every year. This is one of the top rated government schools in Virudhunagar district. So this is, so it makes me tired to talk about his profile for more than 2 pages. So look at his career achievement, and it's a model for all of us to emulate and follow. I will give the mic to Ramesh to give a brief experience about his acquaintance with eNoah and how we have been experiencing this relationship and then honoring the, yeah.
Sure. Very proud to know you. First time I'm hearing his profile. I know him for the last 20 years. Unbelievable. And the best part is when I don't know him, at that time I was working in Coimbatore, and there was a bomb blast which happened in Coimbatore. Many of you would have not even born at that time. So one of my friend, he drove a car and somebody got met with an accident. So the police guy said, take him to the hospital. So with all sincerity, he took the person to the hospital, dropped him. After 1 month, he got a FIR case that you have hit and run paid. So this guy took that FIR and rushed to meet our friend. At that time, I do not know him. So he saw the FIR, he saw this guy's face, and then he said, he called the guy from inside assistant. Yo, இந்த மாதிரி ஆளுங்களெல்லாம் போய் நீ போய் இந்த மாதிரி எஃப்ஐஆர் போட்டேன்னா நாட்டில் நல்லவன் பண்ணவே இருக்க மாட்டான்பா அப்படிங்கிறான். My friend was telling, Ramesh, first time I'm seeing a policeman, a person of this cadre is able to judge you the moment he sees you. Then I met him after a very long time. அவர் சொன்னார், போலீஸ்காரன் புத்தின்னு ஒன்று இருக்கு, ஒரு ஆளை பார்த்தா நாங்கள் ஜட்ஜ் பண்ணுவோம், அது ஒரு இன்ட்யூட்டிவ்னஸ் அப்படின்னார். But I'm very honored, and thanks to Neil, our chairman. It is only through him I got introduced. Really happy. And today I got to know the kind of achievements you have made. Me and Balu, for us, it was a real eye-opener. Thank you.
Actually, what Ramesh said is true. I met Mr. Radhakrishnan, Dr. Radhakrishnan, through Neil, 16, 17 years back. And I was amazed by he's a walking encyclopedia. You talk to him about any subject, he's got the full details of everything. Talk to him about India's independence, to how things happen. I mean, I've had few conversations with him, and I'm amazed by his knowledge. So we're so honored to know you, sir. And I feel miserable and ashamed that I have used his name for silly things. Sorry, sir. எங்க ஒரு ஸ்பீடிங் டிக்கெட் கிடைச்சா எனக்கு ராதாகிருஷ்ணன் அவரை தெரியும் அப்படின்னு. I mean, you want to show your power, but I know I was absolutely stupid to do that, and I feel embarrassed. But I feel so good knowing you, sir. Thank you very much. Okay.
I would request Ramesh to honor our chief guest. I would request Mr. Manoj to give the momentum to our chief guest. So please, sir. Yeah. Yeah.
So like the main agenda of today is like about personal safety. I mean personal safety in all senses, coming to office, going back to office. No, not only women, we have a lot of men also. And they would like to know, like few of them have requested something on the spam mails and the spam messages that we're getting on and on the calls. If at all it's possible to cover, it will be like not to get trapped. Basically like a lot of money laundering and other things are happening. So, but main objective would be like on personal safety. Like.
So, ladies and gentlemen, working.
Is it on?
Just for the thing. It's not working.
No, that's for the live streaming.
Oh, is it? Oh. Okay. Dear friends, thank you very much. Nice meeting all of you. Thank Mr. Balu. Thank Mr. Ramesh. I thank Mr. Mukesh and all the friends here. It's a good opportunity for me to come and talk to the youngsters. This place is not new to me. I've come here several times. When this building was inaugurated, I was very much here. Your chairman is very dear to me, and your chairman and his beloved partners are very much interested in your safety, especially the women. Especially the women.
He also emphasized about the gender equality.
Yeah.
We are 50-50 in gender.
So, I was basically asked to speak about
women's safety. Now they also added men's safety.
Men's safety from the women or?
So, I will touch upon both, but a little more on the women's safety. Okay? So, towards the end of this session, you are welcome to ask your queries, your questions on whatever I say. All right? When you talk about women's safety, I'll ask the males here, who are more vulnerable? Males or females? Some of you can tell. வரமாட்டேங்க சத்தம். Who are more vulnerable? ஏன்னா சத்தமே வரலையே. Women, you feel you are vulnerable? You feel you are vulnerable? You must make a difference between two words. Being weak is different from being vulnerable. I am asking, I never ask whether you feel you are weak. No. I am not asking whether you are weak. No. I want to know whether you are vulnerable. Yes or no? Let there be a clear-cut answer. You are vulnerable or not? Based on which my talk will continue. You are not very sure, isn't it? You are not very sure? Being weak is very, very different from being vulnerable. You may be very strong physically, you may be very strong mentally, you may be very strong economically. Still, you are vulnerable because you happen to be a woman. You get the point? There lies the distinction. I'll talk about a few incidents that have taken place recently. Are you in the habit of reading newspapers? Or you see everything only online? Don't read newspapers at all. You don't know what's happening around you. No newspapers. Okay, I'll quote some news that happened today, these morning papers. All papers have carried, Tamil, English, everything is carried. About an incident in Kanyakumari district, the tip of this country. Okay? One male, he was a pastor, Padriyar, abused not 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10, but 50 women, young women. This morning newspaper I'm telling. Now you tell me whether women are vulnerable or not. They went to him in the guise of talking to the God. Because he is a priest, he is a mediator between God and the human being. With a lot of faith, so many women went, all of them became victims of this man's behavior. Sexual assault are not 50 women. This morning newspaper carries. Police have unearthed all these things. Okay? This one. 2 weeks before, the Chief Minister of Tamilnadu, the Chief Minister of Kerala jointly took part in a function in the very same district at Nagarkoil to commemorate an incident which took place 200 years ago. Anyone of you can tell me what's that? It happened 2 weeks ago in same Nagarkoil. The present Chief Minister of Tamilnadu, the present Chief Minister of Kerala took part in a function to commemorate an occasion that happened 200 years ago in Kanyakumari district, in Kerala, to some extent in Tamil Nadu. Pardon? Pardon? Yeah, good. I'm very happy. At least one person spoke about it. You are from which place? I could see, if your language tells me, the lingo tells you are from Kanyakumari. At least she is able to tell. Breast tax, something unusual, you know. You heard about GST, goods and services tax. What's that breast tax? You should know what kind of country you lived in. I'll come to that little later. What about the so-called, the famous movement, Me Too? People are aware of it. It happened in USA, it happened in India, it happened everywhere. Isn't it? Me Too movement? Why? Why suddenly Me Too movement? Who are the victims and who are the accused in all these cases? Come on, tell me whether women are vulnerable or not. Women are vulnerable. That's what I'm telling you. So, my talk will be more towards that. It's a warning for the males who are sitting here. Okay? Very funny things you'll come across. And who are the people who exploit women? Those males are very close to these females. That's the funniest part. They are the closest to the women. You recently read in papers, the National Commission for Women chief came out with a startling statement that she was subjected to sexual harassment by her own father. 2 days earlier, a member of the National Commission for Women, a lady from Chennai, Kushbu Sundar, she also said, I was abused by my father. Can you believe all these things? Now you tell me women are vulnerable or not? They are vulnerable. So, how to protect them? How to empower them? This is precisely the purpose of this session. Now you must understand why your chairman, why your chairman's partners, they have organized this program to ensure that women become stronger. Women become empowered. You should not get into such situations. I'll give some examples. Coming to this Me Too movement, all of you know, because it happened very recently. This 200 years ago, what happened in Kanyakumari? It happened not only in Kanyakumari, in most part of southern Tamil Nadu. I am from that part. I know that. Women, especially belonging to the middle castes or lower castes, were not allowed to wear their upper garments. They are not allowed to wear upper garments. Societal conditions. India may be a great country with a great past, great culture, civilization, but it also had the worst kind of practices. Still, some of them are in practice. Our people do practice certain very bad things. And one such thing was this one. India stands divided on many lines, caste lines, communal lines, religious lines. Okay? The word caste is peculiar only to India. It's not there anywhere in the world. Western world stands divided on class lines. You are very rich, the other person is very poor. There is a division on wealth lines, but not on caste lines. In Africa, you had what's called apartheid. You remember? White versus black. It's happening all over. First time in history in the US, a black person became the president. Sometime later, a black woman has become vice president. Some good things are happening. But in India, a peculiar phenomenon called caste. How it came, when it came, why it came, we are not able to explain, but that divides the society. Leaving apart coming to this issue, people belonging to certain strata of society cannot wear upper garments. That means they have to walk without upper garments. Just imagine, you will not be able to believe that such thing existed in Tamil Nadu. Okay? Okay, if you don't wear upper garment, what is this? What happens then? Your upper part of the body is exposed. Anybody can see outside. In Kanyakumari, the practice was when you walk, your head should not shake. That means when you walk straight, you should not turn this side, you should not turn this side. If you turn your head, there will be tax on it. At the same time, your breasts, your mammary glands also should not shake. If they move, for which there will be a tax. This is called in Malayalam, it's called Thalai Kuliki Panam, Mulai Kuliki Panam. Name of the tax. When you shake your head, there will be a tax. If you shake your breast, there will be tax. Who will see this? Who will see this? Somebody has to see and then find, the upper caste people will see. What is the overall underlying mechanism in this? Sexual exploitation. It's nothing but sexual exploitation of women of particular community. Their upper caste people, I can say, or the powerful people, they imposed a tax. That means every woman walking on the street will be subjected to this tax. There were many fights, many women were killed, and 200 years ago, the king of Travancore put a ban on this. To commemorate that day, both the chief ministers went to Nagarkoil 2 weeks back. Why I am referring to that incident now? This is the kind of country we lived in. Our forefathers, our foremothers lived in that kind of condition. Is there an improvement now or not?
Absolutely.
You can wear whatever dress you want. Can anybody say that don't wear this, just wear this dress? Can anybody say? It can never happen. You may ask one more question. Did it happen only in Kanyakumari district, or only in Ramanathapuram district, or only in Tamil Nadu, or only in India? Nowhere else outside? If you look at history, how many of you are graduates here? All are graduates? Or all are graduates?
Yes.
Everybody is a graduate. They are all engineers or?
Science and
Arts background also. Okay. So you would have read about history, isn't it? At least girls should learn about the origin of Me Too movement. That will be very, very interesting. I want to touch upon certain general things. Only then it will be better for you to appreciate what I am going to say this. I have noticed certain points. A little bit of history pertaining to the whole of the world, not only our part of the world. One is not born as a woman, but rather becomes a woman. Can you understand the difference? One is not born as a woman, but rather becomes a woman. This is one statement, loaded statement. Other one is humanity means male, and man defines women, not in herself, but in relation to him. Now you are able to appreciate? Humanity is, when you say humanity, it is male, only male, not women. And man defines woman in relation to himself, not herself. This is history. You heard about the country called Israel, Jews. The world says they are the most intelligent people in the world. America is run by the Jews. The think tank of US is the Jews. You know what the morning prayer in the Jews? Blessed be the Lord our God and the Lord of all worlds, that has not made me a woman. The Jews pray like this morning. Thank God you did not make me a woman. Thank God you have made me a male. This is the Jews' world. It is men who have written about women, not women writing about women. It's men who have written about women. A feminist in the 17th century writes as follows, a quote: everything that men have written about women should be viewed with a suspicion because they are both the judge and the party. Men are the judge and men are the party, and they have written about women, so you don't believe whatever they written as correct. View it with bit of suspicion. You all know about Bernard Shaw, the famous British author? Bernard Shaw, you all know? A great English author. He says, look at this, the white American relegates the black to the rank of shoe shine boy. The black boys are made to shine, polish the shoes. You give the job to him. Later, they conclude that the blacks are only good for shining shoes. You get the meaning of it? The white man makes a black boy to polish a shoe. Later he say that he is meant only for that. If the same thing apply to women, women are meant only for adukalai. So they are meant only for cooking, not for anything else. So the way the blacks were relegated to shining shoes, women were relegated to kitchen in the world. அடுப்பூதும் பெண்களுக்கு படிப்பதற்கு. This is what Tamil literature says. அடுப்பூதும் பெண்களுக்கு படிப்பதற்கு. So like the black people were relegated to shining shoes, the women were relegated to cooking. This is the kind of the world, the whole world I am telling, not only Tamil Nadu. This is how women were looked upon. So, history of mankind is record of two stories. One story is his story, the other story is her story. His story has become history. Alright? Then who wrote history? Who wrote history? Male. His story talks about the progress of men, the kingdoms that he ruled, the conquests he made, and the spectacular development that he organized over the centuries. That is his story, history. Her story is the struggle of women from the dawn of civilization till the present day against all kinds of oppression and discrimination. That is her story. This is humanity. You are able to appreciate?
Absolutely.
I am going back into history. We will come to the reality now, shortly. So, the women's history is the history of a second-grade citizens. From times immemorial, who were denied equal role. Now, you can ask one question, why such a situation happened? Periyar wrote a beautiful book long back. It's called Pen Yen Adimayanal. How many of you read that? Anybody know about the topic? Pen Yen Adimayanal. Why women got enslaved? Please read. If you look at our religion, forget about whether Hindu religion or Islamic religion or Christianity or Jewish, all religions have relegated women to secondary place. Okay? When I say religion is applicable to all religions. Religions, laws, LAWS, philosophy, family, patriarchy, culture, economics, politics, society, all conspired over the centuries to relegate women to the secondary position where they are. Irrespective of any of these areas, you want expansion? Religion. திருவிளையாடல் படம் பார்த்தீங்களா? திருவிளையாடல், நாட் தனுஷ் திருவிளையாடல், சிவாஜி கணேசன்ஸ் திருவிளையாடல் பார்த்தீங்களா? அதில் என்ன வருது? சிவபெருமானுக்கு சக்திக்கு சண்டை வரும். சிவன் பெரியவளா? அந்த அங்கே என்ன சொல்லுது ரிலிஜன்? அங்கே ஆணுக்கு பெண், கல்யாணத்துக்கு முன்னாடி அப்பாவுக்கு அடிமை, கல்யாணம் பண்ணதுக்கப்புறம் கணவன் சொல்லப்படி தான் கேட்கணும். திஸ் இஸ் ரிலிஜன். am I correct? லாஸ், LAWS, லாஸ், சட்டங்கள். சட்டங்கள் என்ன சொல்லுது? இந்தியாவில் ஆணும் பெண்ணும் சமம்னு சொன்ன சட்டம் எந்த வருஷம் வந்துச்சு? யாராவது சொல்லுங்க பார்க்கலாம். ஆணும் பெண்ணும் சமம், ஈக்குவாலிட்டி பிஃபோர் லா, ஈக்குவல் ப்ரொடெக்ஷன் டு ஆல் அப்படின்னு சொன்ன லா என்னைக்கு வந்தது? விச் இயர் வாஸ் இட்? 1950. That day we celebrate as the Republic Day of India. First, 26th January 1950, the day the Indian Constitution came into operation, is being celebrated as the Republic Day. உங்களுக்கு ஒன்றும் தெரியாது, கொடியேற்றிட்டு ஸ்வீட் சாப்பிட்டு வந்துடுவீங்க. Why we observe this day? None of you ask. What's the difference between 1947 and 1950? Many of you wouldn't know. 47 is independence from the British. That's all very simple. But 1950 is the most important period for all of us, especially the women. You are being treated as equal before the law, before which you are not equal. That's what I'm telling you. So the laws were against you. Philosophy is against you. Family is against you. Why family? பையனுக்கு பேர் வைக்கிறது யாரு? அப்பாவா அம்மாவா? பையனுக்கு பேர் வைக்கிறது யாரு? ரொம்ப வச்சாங்களான்னு தெரியல. குடும்ப தலைவன் தான் முதல்ல இருக்கும் பேர், அப்புறம் குடும்ப தலைவின்னு வரும் இல்லையா? ஓகே. கல்ச்சர், எக்கனாமிக்ஸ். யார் பணம் சம்பாதிக்கிறது? ஒய்ஃப் சம்பாதிச்சு அந்த அக்கௌண்ட் யார் ஆப்ரேட் பண்ணுவாங்க அந்த அக்கௌண்ட்டை? பாலிடிக்ஸ். 30% ரிசர்வேஷன் வேணும்னு கேட்டு அந்த பில் பெண்டிங்கில் இருக்குது இந்தியன் பார்லிமெண்ட்டில், இன்றைக்கு வரைக்கும் பாஸ் ஆகலை. தட் மீன்ஸ் ஏன் பாஸ் ஆகலை? 30% ரிசர்வேஷன், ஆல் MP சீட்ஸ், ஆல் MLA சீட்ஸ் மஸ்ட் பி ரிசர்வ் ஃபார் விமன் அப்படின்னு சண்டை போடுறாங்க. அது இன்னும் நடக்கலை. ஏன் நடக்கலை? 30% விமன் கொடுத்தாச்சுன்னா அந்த 30% விமனில் யார் உட்காந்துருக்காங்களோ அங்கே வெளியே போகணும். அப்புறம் அங்கே யார் உட்காந்துருக்கப்பா? மேல். ஸோ ஈவன் டுடே, even though women constitute 50% of the population, we have not yet given 30% reservation to women in the politics. You have understood? So that's why I told you, religion, politics, family, culture, economics, law, everything conspired against women. So you have to come out of it. இப்படிப்பட்ட சூழ்நிலை, ஐ லாஸ்ட் எ கொஸ்டின். ஒரு பையன் பிறந்த உடனே நம்ம சந்தோஷப்படுறோம் இல்லையா? அதே ஒரு பொண்ணு பிறந்தாச்சுன்னா எப்படி ஆகுது? முகம் எப்படி ஆகுது? ஒரு மாதிரி ஆகிடுது இல்லையா? ஆப்பிரிக்காவில் ஒரு பையன் பிறந்தாச்சுன்னா, வீரம் பிறந்துட்டான், நீ தான் இந்த குடும்பத்தை கட்டி காக்கணும், நீ தான் இந்த ராஜாங்கத்தை நிலைநிறுத்தணும் பாட்டு போடுவாங்களாம் குழந்தை பிறந்த உடனே. அதே ஒரு பொண்ணு பிறந்தாச்சுன்னா, நீ நல்ல பொண்ணாக இருக்கணும், வீட்டுக்கு வரவங்கள நல்லா சமைச்சு போட்டு பார்த்துக்கணும். நான் சொல்கிறது ஆப்பிரிக்காவில். அதுக்கும் நம்ம தமிழ்நாட்டில் இருக்க ஏதாவது வித்தியாசம் இருக்கா? சொல்லுங்கள். எனி டிஃப்ரென்ஸ் பிட்வீன் த வே வி லுக் அட் அ கேர்ள் பேபி? இது எனி டிஃப்ரென்ஸ் பிட்வீன் us and the Africans? Nothing. Anyway, coming to that. So, there's a famous saying in Tamil. கருவறையிலிருந்து கல்லறை வரைக்கும் women are dependent on somebody. Women are subjected to violence. women are subjected to crimes all over the world. All over the world. இதான் உங்களுக்கு தெரியும், அதுக்காக தான் சொல்கிறேன் நான். சொன்னால் தான் பின்னாடி வர முடியும். மீ டூ மூவ்மெண்ட் ஏன் பெருசாச்சு. ஐம் டேக்கிங் இட் டு ஹிஸ்டாரிக்கல் கான்டெக்ஸ்ட். ஆல்ரைட். குழந்தை பிறதுக்கு முன்னாடியே ப்ராப்ளம் ஆரம்பிச்சிருது. எந்த மாதிரி? ஆனா பண்ணான்னு தெரியாது இல்லையா? ஆனால் விஞ்ஞானம் வந்துச்சு, சயின்ஸ் அண்ட் டெக்னாலஜி. ஈவன் சயின்ஸ் அண்ட் டெக்னாலஜி ஹவ் கன்ஸ்பயர்ட் அகேன்ஸ்ட் விமன். ஐம் கமிங் டு தட் பாயிண்ட். Or males converted the science and technology as a weapon to perpetrate violence against women. எந்த மாதிரி பண்ணாங்க? ஆம்னியோசென்டிசிஸ் அப்படின்னு ஒரு டெக்னாலஜி வந்தது. ஆம்னியோசென்டிசிஸ். ஆம்னியோசென்டிசிஸ் என்னன்னு தெரியுமா? They take the fluid from amniotic fluid, they call it, to find out whether the fetus is male or female and to find out whether there is any deformity in the fetus. If there is a deformity, the fetus can be terminated. This is called medical termination of pregnancy. அப்படின்னு சட்டமே இருக்கு. You can medically, legally terminate a pregnancy within a particular period. அதுக்காக ஒரு லா கொண்டு வந்தான். அந்த லாவை நம்ம என்ன பண்ணிட்டோம்? இப்போ என்ன பண்ணிட்டோம்? அதை ஃபீமேல் தெரிஞ்சதுன்னா அபார்ட் பண்ணிடும். பண்ணுறது யாரு? அம்மா. துணைக்கு இருக்கு யாரு? அம்மாவோட அம்மா. பாருங்க. So even before birth, the fetus is subjected to destruction. அது விளைவு என்ன? யாருக்கா தெரியுமா? What happened because of which? This amniocentesis. You know the population of women, population of the world. I use the word called gender neutral. There is no preference towards male or no preference towards female. Both are equal. அப்படின்னு ஒரு நிலை வந்தாச்சுன்னா, ஒரு ஜெண்டர் நியூட்ரல் ஸ்டேஜ் இருந்ததுன்னா, how many males will be born in the nature against female? நேச்சர் பற்றி தெரிஞ்சிங்கன்னா ரொம்ப பியூட்டிஃபுல்லாக இருக்கும். சென்சஸில் ஃபார் 1000 males how many females are there அப்படின்னு பார்ப்பாங்க. ஃபார் 1000 males how many females? In a gender neutral society like most of the African societies which are gender neutral, our Kerala is gender neutral, Sri Lanka is gender neutral. இந்த மாதிரி ஸ்டேட்டில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா for every 1000 males you have got more than 1000 females. In nature, females are more in number than males. If you don't do anything wrong, females will be more in number than, slightly more. For every 1000, for example, in Kerala, for 1000 males, we have 1084 females. That means 84 females are more. This is nature. It's there almost all African states. There's no disparity, gender disparity. In Tamil Nadu, it is 996. That means 4 females less than 1000. If you take whole India, it is 940. That means 60 females less. Global average is 934. The whole world, it is 934. That means it's not 1000 versus 1000. It should be 1:1 actually. Okay? What happened to these girls then? You come to Delhi, it is only 868 females for 1000 males. How many are missing? 1000 minus 868? 132. Chandigarh, the latest city built in India, it is 818. The lowest, 818. How many are missing? 182. Amartya Sen, the famous economist, the Nobel Prize winner from India, he called these poor women as the missing women of India. Use of the word missing women. They're missing. They should have been born actually, but they are missing. What's the absolute numbers? India's population today is 140 crores. Am I correct? For 1000 women, for 1000 men, if 60 women are missing, for 140 crore population, how many women are missing? A small calculation. Who is good at mathematics? Tell me. for 1,000 men, 60 women are missing. So 60 into 140 crores divided by 1,000 is equal to very small number, 8.4 crores. How many women are missing from India?
It's like Tamil Nadu is missing.
One Tamil Nadu is missing. One Tamil Nadu is missing. What happened to these women? Shocking, isn't it? Shocking or not? That's what Pusa is new and also shocking. Absolutely. You will be still more shocked if you look at the children, girl children, 0 to 6 years. It will be very shocking. In India, for 940 females, adults, there are only 919 girl children today. That means 81 girls are missing, not 60, 81. It's still worse. So in the days ahead, your 940 will come down further. Even in Tamil Nadu, 996 women are there, but there are only 943 girls are there. Girl children are less in number than adult women. These are all not good news at all. Then Panjali Marundram. They are going towards that. It's happening in Chandigarh. It's happening in Punjab. Biharis are going for marriages in Punjab. Leave it. So, what is the result? We don't want girl children. We have male preference, male centric, male preference, patriarchal. Isn't it? These are the stereotype images we have. So, even before birth, the girl children are subjected to violence and termination. Your amniocentesis, your medical termination of pregnancy act, your science and technology are misused against women before birth and after birth. What happened in, you saw the famous movie Karathamma by Bharati Raja? Yamarka? குழந்தை பிறந்தோடனே கள்ளிப்பால் ஊற்றி கொன்னுடுவாங்க. மதுரை, சேலம், தருமபுரி. ஓகே, கருத்தம்மாவை மூவி எடுத்தது காரணம் இருக்குது, நான் பின்னாடி சொல்கிறேன். நான் பாரதி ராஜா ஒரு நாள் கேள்வி கேட்டேன். நான் அவர் முதல்ல எடுத்த படம் 16 வயது நிலை. அந்த படம் வந்தப்போ நான் காலேஜ் ஸ்டூடெண்ட். நான் எல்லா பசங்களும் அந்த படத்தை தான் பார்ப்பாங்க. பார்க்க எத்தனை நாள் பார்த்துருப்போம். ஊருக்கு ஒவ்வொரு பப்ளிகேட் சிஸ்டத்துலேயும் அந்த சினிமா ஓடிட்டே இருக்கும். ஃபஸ்ட்டில் ஆரம்பித்ததுன்னா கடைசி வரைக்கும் ஓடிட்டே இருக்கும். அது பல வசனங்கள் மனப்பாடம் ஆயிடுச்சு எங்களுக்கு. விரும்பினா கூட காதில் வந்து விழும். தெருக்கு ஓடினது அவ்வளோ பெரிய படம். ஆமாம், so many reasons, பல காரணங்களுக்காக. நானும் ரொம்ப பிரமாதம்னு சொன்னேன். நான் ஒரு போலீஸ் ஆஃபீஸரை பார்த்ததுக்கப்புறம் அந்த படத்தை பார்த்தோன்னா ஷாக் ஆயிடுச்சு. பயங்கர ஷாக் எனக்கு. என்னது, நான் பாராட்டின ஒரு படம் இப்போ எனக்கே ஒரு ஷாக்கிங்காக இருக்குது. என்னன்னு கேட்டேன்னா, நான் வெயிட் பண்ணிருந்தேன். பாரதிராஜ் அன்னைக்காவது பார்க்கணும், அவரை மடக்கணும், ஒரு கேள்வி கேட்கணும், அவர் என்ன பதில் சொல்கிறாரு பார்க்கலாம் அப்படின்னு. 1992 படம் வந்தது 77. நான் அவரை மீட் பண்ண வருஷம் அதுக்கடுத்து நீல் வீட்டில் தான் பார்த்தேன், உங்கள் சேர்மன் வீட்டில் தான் பார்த்தேன். என்னை பார்த்து பயந்துட்டார் அவர். அப்போது இன்ஸ்பெக்டர் ஜெனரல். அப்போது சிவகங்கையில் நாங்கள் ஒரு ஃபங்க்ஷனுக்கு, அப்போ ஒரு லேடி கலெக்டர் இருந்தாங்க, குத்சியா காந்தி அப்படின்னு. அடல்ட் லிட்ரஸி ப்ரோக்ராம் வந்து பண்ணி ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஃபுல்லி லிட்ரேட் டிஸ்ட்ரிக்ட் சிவகங்கை நாங்கள் டிக்ளேர் பண்ணுறோம். அதுக்கு பாரதிராஜ் வாஸ் கால் ஃபார் தி ஃபைனல் வேலிடிக்ஷன் ஃபங்க்ஷன். முடித்தோடனே சின்ன பண்ணிட்டேன். சாப்பிட்றதுக்கு முன்னாடி அந்த டாபிக் ஓப்பன் பண்ணிட்டேன். சாப்பிட்றதுக்கப்புறம் பண்ணியிருக்கணும். என்ன கேட்டேன்னா, நான் கேட்க நீங்களாம் நினச்சி பாருங்கள். இப்போது என்ன டேரக்டர் சார் பிரமாதமாக பணம் எடுத்திருந்தீங்க, நாங்களாம் அப்போ சின்ன பசங்க, வி என்ஜாய்டு யுவர் பிரில்லியன்ஸ் எவ்ரி திங். கடைசி என்ன சார் இவ்வளோ ஒரு கேவலமான முடிவை கொடுத்துட்டீங்க, இந்த பெண் சமுதாயத்துக்கே ஒரு அவமானத்தை உண்டு பண்ணிட்டீங்களேன்னு சொல்லிட்டேன். அப்படியே ஷாக் ஆகிட்டார். என்ன சொல்கிறீங்க சார் அப்படின்னாரு. ஒரு பொண்ணா ஒருத்தன் ரேப் பண்ண வருவான், ரேப் பண்ண பார்த்துட்டு ஒருத்தன் வந்து அவனை கல்லை போட்டு கொன்னுடுவான், கொன்னவனை பிடிச்சி ஜெயிலில் போட்டுருவீங்களா? அதுதான் இந்தியன் லாவா? நீங்கள் இந்தியன் லாவே அந்த படத்தில் காமிச்சிருக்கேன்னு கோட்டனே ஆடி போயிட்டார் அவர். என்ன சார் சொல்கிறீங்க அப்படின்னாரு. ஆமாம், ஸ்ரீதேவி த ஹீரோயின் பீங் ரேப்டு பை ரஜினிகாந்த் த வில்லன், சப்பானி த லேம் பர்சன் கோஸ் டு த ரெஸ்கியூ ஆஃப் தட் கேர்ள் எழுத்து பார்க்குற முடியல, கீழே தள்ளிவிட்டு அவனுக்கு ஆகிடுது, ட்ரெஸ் எல்லாம் டிஸ்ரோவ் பண்ணிடுறான். சுற்றி முற்றிலும் பார்க்குறான், ஒன்றும் இல்லை, கல் இருக்குது, தூக்கி போட்டு மண்டையில் போட்டு கொண்டு விடுறான். அதுக்கு நீங்கள் என்ன படம் ஆரம்பத்தில் எப்படி பண்ணுறீங்க? ஸ்ரீதேவி ஸ்டாண்டிங் இன் தி பிளாட்ஃபார்ம், வர ட்ரெயின்லாம் பார்த்துட்டே இருப்பா, யாரையோ பார்க்குறா, வரல, இந்த நினைவுகள் பின்னோக்கி போகுது, ஃப்ளாஷ்பேக்கு. அவன் என்ன தப்பு பண்ணாவன்? கமலஹாசன் தன் கட்டிக்கு போகிற மனைவியோ ஒருத்தன் ரேப் பண்ண வந்திருக்கான், அவனை கல்லை அடித்து கொண்டுட்டான். இதுக்கு அவனை பிடிச்சி ஜெயிலில் போடுவீங்களா? அதான் இந்தியன் பீனல் கோடு சொல்லுதான்னு கேட்டேன் நான். சட்டமே தெரியாமல், சட்டத்தையும் கன்சல்ட் பண்ணாமல் ஒரு படம் எடுத்து பாப்புலர் ஆகி உலகத்துலேயே பெரிய டேரக்டர்னு பேர் வாங்கிட்டார் அவர். சிங்கிள் ஹேண்டலி டிட் a great disservice to women. அதனால தான் இன்றைக்கி நீங்கள் பஸ்ஸில் யாராவது ட்ராவல் பண்ணிங்கன்னா, எவனா ஒருத்தன் கிண்டல் பண்ணானா, எவனா ஒருத்தன் தலையை பிடிச்சி இழுத்தானா, முடியை பிடிச்சி இழுத்துனானா, அல்ல உங்களை கிள்ளுனானா, எவனுமே பக்கத்தில் வரமாட்டேங்கிறான். ஏன்னா பாரதிராஜா படம் தான் நிற்கிது. நான் எதுக்கு இந்த பிள்ளையை காப்பாற்ற போய் நான் ஜெயிலுக்கு போகணுமா? You get the point? Is it not shocking for you? Shocking இல்லையா? ஷாக்கிங். இதை சினிமா பார்த்தா நிற்கல. அவர் சொல்கிறதுக்கு முன்னாடி எனக்கு இதே மாதிரி நான் ராமநாதபுரம் எஸ்பியாக இருந்தப்போ சம்பவம் நடந்தது. நான் செஞ்சு காமிச்சேன். நான் மண்டபத்தில் ஒரு ஃபிஷர்மேன், ஒரு உமன், ஒரு கேர்ள், ஏற்கனவே 2 பேர் லவ் பண்ணி அவன் குடிக்க இருந்தோடனே ஒதுங்கி வந்துட்டான். இட்ஸ் லவ் லான் கேர்ள், பாவம். அப்புறம் கொஞ்சம் கழிச்சு இன்னொருத்தன் ஃப்ரெண்ட்லி ஆகிறான், லவ் பண்ணுறாங்க, சரி கல்யாணம் பண்ணலான்னு பண்ணுற சமயத்தில் அவனை கடைசியில் பார்த்தா குடிச்சிட்டு இருந்தாலும் கரெக்டாக பண்ணுறான். அந்த பொண்ணோட அப்பா அம்மா 2 பேர் தான் இருக்காங்க. வீட்டில் மொத்தம் 3 பேர் தான். கடற்கரையில் தனியாக வர்றான், வந்துட்டு ஏதோ பேசுகிறான், சண்டை வந்துடுது. சண்டை வந்த உடனே நீ வா, அவன் அப்பா அம்மாவை விட்டுட்டு என் கூட வந்துட்டு நம்ம போகலான்னு சொல்கிறான். இல்லை, நீ நல்லவன் நினச்சா, நீ குடிச்ச அழகு பிடிக்காது, நான் கல்யாணம் பண்ண மாட்டேன் அப்படின்றான். பிரச்சனை ஆகுது, அடிக்கிறான். அப்பா அம்மா தான் குறுக்க போகிறாங்க. தி இயர் வாஸ் 1989. நீங்கள் யாருமே பிறந்திருக்க மாட்டீங்க. 1989. கடைசியில் அந்த வயசான 2 பேரையும் அடித்து கீழே தள்ளி விட்றான். தே ஃபெல் டவுன், இன்கெப்பாசிட்டேட் ஆகிடுறாங்க. இந்த பொண்ணு சுற்றி முற்றி பார்க்குற ஒன்றுமே இல்லை. அவளையும் பிடிச்சி அடிச்சிடுறான், சேலையும் பிடிச்சி உரியிடுறான். பிப்ரவரி மாதம் போக சொல்லிட்டு வீடு ரூமில் போய் அந்த அரிவாள் மணின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க, ஞாபகம் இருக்கா? வீட்டில் கிச்சனில் என்ன இருக்கும்? அரிவாள் மணி. நான் வெஜிடபிள் கட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு ஐ திங்க் லாட் ஆஃப் நான் தமிழ் கேர்ள்ஸ் ஆர் ஹியரில். ஐம் சாரி, ஐ எம் பிரேக்கிங் டு தமிழ். ஆமாம். ஸோ சி brought the sickle meant for cutting vegetables and cut his neck. Therefore died on the spot. இதுக்கும் பாரதிராஜா எடுத்த படத்துக்கும் என்ன டிஃப்ரென்ஸ் இருக்குது? ஒன்றுமே இல்லை, சேம். எஃப்ஐஆர் போட்டாங்க. உடனே எங்கள் டிஎஸ்பி போய் சார் அப்போ அரெஸ்ட் பண்ணுறேன்னாரு. நோ, ஹோல்ட் ஆன், வெயிட் ஃபார் ஐ வில் கம் தேர். நான் பர்சனலாக போனேன். 35 கிலோமீட்டர்ஸ் ட்ராவல் பண்ணி போய் எல்லாம் ஸ்டடி பண்ணி பார்த்துட்டு ஐ வாஸ் ரெஸ்ட் அஷ்யூர்ட் தட் தி இன்சிடென்ட் ஹேப்பன் தி வே ஐ டோல்ட் யூ. இப்படி நடந்த உடனே ஐ ரெக்கார்டட் த சேம் வே. ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணிவிட்டு don't arrest her, she has used her right of private defense to protect her chastity. It is allowed under Indian law, section 100 Indian Penal Code. So she has not committed any crime. Arrest பண்ணல, எஃப்ஐஆர் போட்டு கோர்ட்டுக்கு அனுப்பி இன்வெஸ்டிகேட் பண்ணிவிட்டு இந்த கேஸில் ஆக்ஷன் ட்ராப் பண்ணுறது, கொலை கேஸில் ஆக்ஷன் ட்ராப் பண்ணுறதுக்கு, கொலை கேஸுக்கு என்ன தண்டனை? வாட்ஸ் த பனிஷ்மெண்ட் ஃபார் மர்டர்? It can be death sentence or it can be that has got the highest penalty in the Indian law. In that case, I am closing the case. I am dropping the action. I sent the file to my public prosecutor. Our pathone, he was aghast. What is this? You are dropping action in a murder case. That woman has murdered a person. That's true. But what purpose he murdered? That's very important. He refused to accept. Then I searched. In those days, we didn't have the help of Google. It was now I can search anything and get it on the Google. With great difficulty, I took 1 month to get a judgment from the Supreme Court to say the police have got the power to assess the evidence and drop action based on the available evidence. I dropped action way back in 1989. I told this to Mr. Bharadiraja in 1992. He was shocked. That's the reason subsequently he took the movie Karuthamma to promote the cause of women. Enante, don't kill female children. Adan Karuthammoda theory enna? What's the theme of that movie? No female infanticide. So first I spoke about female feticide, now it is infanticide. As the children grow up, what happens? Female children are subject to all kinds of harassments. Only in 2013 we have got an act, Indian law. 2013, you all would have been small children. Government of India came into the act called Prevention of Crimes Against.
Prevention of sexual harassment at workplace.
Illa.
Prevention.
I'm telling you about children.
Children.
Prevention of crimes against children, sexual offences against children. POCSO Act அப்படிமா POCSO Act, Prevention of Sexual Offences Against Children, 2013. You look at that, we got independence. Equality before law was given in 1950, but to prevent crimes against children, it came only in 2013. See, look how law takes time to travel. Okay? நீங்கள் சொல்றது 2012, அது பின்னாடி வரேன் நான். அதுக்கு பின்னாடி வரேன் நான். I'm coming from fetus to childhood. You look at the chronology. Okay? So that later stage will come. Child marriages. குறைஞ்சிருக்கு. You know it's happening. It's happening in a few days back. I got a call from my priest. Sir, the police are chasing me. They want to arrest me. What crime did you commit? You always offer prayer in Chidambaram Nadaraja temple. No, sir, I organized a wedding of my daughter who was only 13 years old. Now, it's happening. Even now, people marry off the children at the age of 13. Unbelievable. All right. The child grows, becomes an adult. You compare this with the males. Simultaneously, you compare alongside males, whether all these things are happening. Do you subject a male child to sexual crime? No. If there's a male fetus inside, do you go for abortion? No. The girl becomes big. She is subjected to all kinds of crimes on her. Sexual harassment. I'll come to that at great length. What she said, POSH Act. Rape. Forced marriages. Dowry harassment. Dowry death. Have you ever come across dowry death of a male? Have you ever come across a dowry harassment of a male? You would have come across the mental harassment of a male. I'm not going to that. Dowry harassment of a male. No. I'll give you some statistics what's happening in Tamilnadu. Okay? In 2018, we recorded 344 rapes. 2018. 1 year later, the number becomes 370. 1 year later, it goes to 404. 442. Last year is 433. So, roughly about 400 plus women get raped. These are recorded incidents. What about unrecorded incidents? What about unreported incidents? Why trouble? Happening now in the society, women are getting into this. Molestation. 814 in 2018, 1408 last year. Almost double. Kidnapping of women and abduction of women, precisely either for the purpose of sex or marriage, 896, it goes like this. Fortunately, that number is dwindling, coming down from 896 in 2018 to 535 in 2022. It has come down, one area. Dowry death, 55 in 2018. There are women dying unable to pay dowry to their husbands. So 55 women committed suicides. That number has also come down to 28 last year. Cruelty by husband and relatives for not bringing dowry, 789 in 2018, it stands at 1045 last year. That means that number is increased. Whether you are educated, immaterial. Whether you are uneducated, whether you are rich, whether you are poor, whether you are working, you are employed, you are unemployed, you are literate, you are illiterate, it's immaterial. That you will be subjected to children getting raped. Most worrisome aspect. In the year 2018, we had recorded 1,457 cases. Should we subject our girl children to this kind of a crime? I'm just telling the reported cases. The unreported cases, I can't guess. It can be double, it can be triple, it can be 4 times, 5 times, 10 times. One doesn't know. And last year, it is 3,606. 1,457 to 366, more than 100% rise. Our girl children are getting subjected to POCSO Act rape cases. Apart from that, as IG North Zone, we arrested a foreigner from America. He came as a tourist and indulged only in pedophile activities, subjecting children to sexual affair. A foreigner comes and does all the crimes in Mamallapuram. And anyway, I'm not going to that. Right now in Tamil Nadu, we are handling 33,000 cases on these 5 topics. Do you have their equivalent against the males? We don't have. That's why I said, now you tell me the women are vulnerable or not? Highly vulnerable. How to come out of it? How to come out of it? I'll give you some more numbers. Last year, in 9 months, we received 10,629 online complaints of crimes against women and children. Tamil Nadu police received just online complaints, 10,000 odd.
And all these by known people.
Mostly by known people. That means your cell phone, your smartphone, is a smartphone actually? When it's putting you in trouble, can you call it a smartphone? Anyway, I'll come to that little later. 13,930 complaints have come against people who watch child pornography in Tamil Nadu. Watching child pornography itself is an offense. Many of us do not know. Many professors have been arrested. Many college students have been arrested. This is my cell phone. It's a computer. Okay? In this phone, you can watch anything on there. If I watch a child pornography on this phone, somebody in Delhi will know that so-and-so watched this phone at this particular time. Anyone of you aware of it? Aware of it or not? You will know the smart, sweet enemy you have with you. This is not your friend, I tell you. This is not your friend. This is your enemy number 1. You keep that always in your mind. I'll come to that later. Why I call it your enemy number 1. I'll come to it later. So don't think that whatever you do alone sitting in your room or your office space or your bedroom, you do whatever, nobody knows. Physically, nobody may watch you, but online, there are several agencies watching your phone. I'll come to that later. So, friends, when I say all these things, whether the world is so bad for women, whether every part of the world is so bad, is there no redemption? No. There is redemption. There are good people on the earth, male and female. They work for the upliftment of women. There is a survey recently conducted, all the world countries. They have ranked. Anything and everything can be quantified. You know that, isn't it? Because you all do numbers. They're all good at mathematics, isn't it? Happiness can be numbered. The most happiest country in the world, they call it Bhutan. They call it the happiness index. On a scale of 10, I think the country stands at 9.5 or something. Now I'm telling you happiness. Like that, everything, happiness index, everything has been indexed. By that way, the status of women has been indexed, a score of 100. The number 1 country is Iceland, 100 marks, 100 of 100. All put together, justice, health, education, everything put together. This is an eye-opener for all of you. This you must listen. Iceland is number 1. I'm just reading the top 10 countries in the world. Iceland, 100 out of 100. Canada 96.6. You forget the scores. First Iceland, second Sweden, Canada, Denmark, Finland, Switzerland, Norway, United States of America, Australia, and Netherlands. 10th place. These are the top 10 countries. Okay? You know what's great about these 10 countries? I'll tell the top worst performing countries. Then you'll appreciate the difference. Sudan, Ethiopia, Pakistan, Niger, Solomon Islands, Mali, Congo, Yemen, Afghanistan, and Chad. The ranks are 156 to 165. So 165 countries have been ranked by a world body. Top 10 countries I mentioned and bottom 10 countries I mentioned. You are able to find out any difference between these two list of countries? The top 10 countries, in what way they are different from the bottom 10 countries? USA is there, Canada is there. Now you tell me. Rich country, developed country, educated country, economically independent country, women have got more freedom, liberal, okay, all those big high sounding words you can say. Developed countries, economically liberalized country, women have more freedom, above all education. Coming to this bottom 10 countries, majority of them in Africa. I may not be misunderstood if I say this. In all these countries, there is only one religion. I may not be misunderstood. I'm telling this. The top 10 countries have got one religion, Christianity. The bottom 10 countries have got another religion, Islam. Is there anything to do with the religion and development of women? Appears to be. There seems to be some link. Till 3 years ago, Afghan women can go to university. Now, right now, today, women cannot go to university. If there is no education, where is development? Where is development? You know about women literacy in India sometime back? 1947, what was the literacy of women? Anybody know? None of us were born here. None of us here were born at the time. 1947, the whole literacy rate in India was 12%. And women less than 6%. 1947. Today, in India's literacy, adult literacy about more than 80%. And between the age group of 15 to 24, it's almost 91.76% today. Our overall literacy is 84.7 male, female 70.3. And female literacy 6%, now it is 70.3. Is it not a phenomenal growth? From 6% you have come to 70. How long will it take to reach 90, 100? Very few? Yes. Police department is considered as a male bastion, male preserve, male only department. 3 days back, last Friday, you would have seen in the papers, the Honorable Chief Minister, he took part in a function in Nehru Indoor Stadium to commemorate the Golden Jubilee celebrations of women police in Tamil Nadu. Year was 1973. Then Chief Minister Kalaignar M. Karunanidhi, first time in Tamil Nadu introduced women police. Only one SI, one head constable and 20 constables to take care of the women prisoners' needs in 1973. How many years are over now? 50 years. The function took place only last Friday, 4 days back. You know what's the number of women police in Tamil Nadu today? Anyone have any idea? We are 135,000 Tamil Nadu police, 1.35 lakhs, and 26,000 people are women. The highest number in the country. 20. What started as 21 people in 1973 is now is more than 20% of the total police force. Few days back, 21 deputy superintendents of police, Group 1, joined Tamil Nadu police. Of them, 5 are males. The remaining people were females. Females outnumbered males in the post of DSPs just few days back when they joined the Tamil Nadu Police Academy. This is because of only one fact, that is education. If you get educated, if you come and sit here like this, economically independent, nobody can trouble you. You are better placed. You are well protected. You get the point? Now you tell me why Afghanistan has gone to that kind of a situation. No education to its women. Girls cannot go to school. It was doing well 50 years before Afghanistan. It was a progressive state. Today, because of fundamentalism, religious fundamentalism, it has lost its pre-eminence. So, with these things, I'll come to some areas. I'll give some more details about the thing, then what we have done in the police, that also is very important. Then I'll answer your questions. What I did as a police officer to protect women of Tamil Nadu. A small story I must tell. In the year 1998, there was a young girl called Sharika Shah. She was going in a motorcycle near Ethiraj College, near Ethiraj College. Auto rickshaw, two-wheeler? Autos, two-wheeler. She was chased by some rowdy elements, was subjected to, in those days it was called eve teasing. The word sexual harassment was not there in 1998. She was subjected to eve teasing. She ran for life. In the process, she met with an accident and she died. And what was the reason for her death? Eve teasing. Okay? Sexual harassment. Immediately, government of Tamil Nadu got up and said, our women need to be protected. So they brought a new act called Eve Teasing Act. Anybody indulges in eve teasing will be subjected to punishment. That provision is already there in Indian law, Indian Penal Code, 1860, enacted by the British. But it was not very effective, so they brought a special law. சொல்லுவீங்களா ஸ்பெஷல் தோசை போடுங்க அப்படின்னு ஹோட்டலுக்கு போனால் தோசை என்ன பத்தாது, யூ நீட் ஸ்பெஷல் தோசை. So special means something special about it. So the act was formed. I was Commissioner of Police, Coimbatore. So I saw the new act. I saw 3-4 times up and down. They called it special dosage, but there's nothing special about it. Okay? To protect the house, you buy a dog. What do you expect of the dog? Dog should be nice, good looking, everything, but certainly should bark or should bite. Is it not? You will expect the dog to either bark or bite, or at least should one. If it doesn't do both, it should perform one duty. But I suddenly saw that particular dog given to us to handle crimes against women could neither bark nor bite. I wrote a letter to the Home Secretary. You have given such a wonderful dog to us. I'm sorry. We can only spend money on it, nothing we can get in return. Then I was called from Coimbatore to Chennai, and we explained. Within 6 months, government things will move slowly, but it will move steadily. Luckily, suddenly we had a women Home Secretary. When concerned with the women, she got shocked. Okay, what do you want? We have to give little more teeth so that it can bite. Since she happened to be a woman, she gave a lot of teeth. With that teeth, the dog is going around the country even today. So because of me, that Eve Teasing Act got amended in 2002. It became Tamil Nadu Prevention of Harassment of Women Act 2002. I'm telling you, take it again and again. 1998 was that incident of Sarika Shah. Same year, Eve Teasing Act comes. That's replaced as Tamil Nadu Prohibition of Harassment of Women Act 2002. And the government of India could bring a similar act, what your HR head said, POSH Act, Prevention of Sexual Harassment Act in 2013. That is, we were 11 years ahead of Delhi. Chennai was 11 years ahead of Delhi. We got a law in Indian Penal Code outraging the modesty of women. You must appreciate outraging the modesty of women. What is modesty? It doesn't explain. But the Supreme Court explained beautifully. What is modesty? I'm telling all the boys, please understand. It's meant for the boys. Modesty, Supreme Court said, is writ large on the body of women from head to toe. They completed it. What Supreme Court says is law. That means if you touch a woman with a wrong intent, right from the top of the head till the toe of the woman, you are outraging, offending the modesty of the women. That was the earlier law. Then subsequently, when this 2002 law came with too many teeth, look at this. What is harassment? Modesty is replaced by the word. Modesty word is very modest. But harassment is really a harassment. The word harassment for men. I am asking you guys to be aware of it, all of you. All of you can land in trouble. Harassment means any indirect, indecent conduct by a man which causes or likely to cause, look at the dangerous words, which causes or likely to cause intimidation, fear, shame, or embarrassment, abuse, hurt, nuisance, or assault. If any of these happens or likely to happen, it is considered to be harassment. Okay, what's the punishment? Imprisonment for a term up to 3 years. Imprisonment for a term up to 3 years. The very most popular section in Tamil Nadu Police today is Section 3 of Prevention of Women Harassment Act 2002. எந்த போலீஸ் போனாலும் 30 கேஸ் இருக்கும் அதில். தமிழ்நாடு any police station you go, these cases will be there. Anyway, they will investigate, they will find out whether truth or falsity in the accusation. But this is the act. I am also responsible for its coming into existence. My contribution to women, future women of Tamil Nadu. New legal terms were introduced called harassment suicide, harassment death. This law brought in. Sarika Shah irundappo indha sattam illa. If this act had been there, her death would have been classified as harassment death. Because of harassment, she died in an accident. Okay, why I am telling all these things is that this is how the Indian law has evolved over the years to protect its women. I am coming to what she said, the POSH Act. You all know what happened in 2013 Nirbhaya case in Delhi. I need not explain all those things for you. Then Government of India appointed a judicial commission headed by Justice J.S. Verma, former Supreme Court Chief Justice. He underwent a whole study, met a lot of women organizations everywhere, came out with a lot of suggestions, and too many changes were made in the Indian law. And new words have come into existence. I am telling you, and even before that, let me complete this. One more thing, it happened in 2000. Your subject, your department, we handle what's called the Information Technology Act. 2000 came, Section 67, all women should remember, males should also remember. 67 is the Dangerous Act which makes it an offense if anybody commits a crime on the internet. இப்போ நேரடியாக பார்த்து ஒருத்தன் நான் திட்டினு வச்சுக்கோங்க, எவிடன்ஸ் கேட்பான். யார்? போலீஸில். நீ அவனை திட்டினதுக்கு என்ன எவிடன்ஸ் இருக்குன்னு கேட்பான். ஆனால் நீங்கள் செல்ஃபோன் மூலம் திட்டினீங்கன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க, என்ன வேண்டாம்? எவிடன்ஸே வேண்டாம், உங்கள் ரெக்கார்டே போதும். இது ஸ்டூபிட் ஏதாவது சொல்லி திட்டினீங்கன்னு வச்சுங்க, that's enough, you're gone. Section 65. So the Section 67 in the Information Technology Act in 2000 talks about lewd SMS messaging, circulation of obscene photographs and pornographic materials through SMS or MMS or internet, or threats extended to anybody through cell phones or email would automatically attract punishments under this act. Sections are all non-bailable. Okay, this is 2000 Information Technology Act. Then comes 2013. I mentioned about it. That's very, very important act. You must all remember, after the Nirbhaya death, Indian Parliament was very, very unhappy at what has happened. They amended several laws and they brought in what's called acid attack. You know, a girl was subject to death in Pondicherry, Vinodini. You remember or not? Vinodini, subject to acid attack. She died, demanding sexual favors, making sexually colored remarks, voyeurism. You know the word voyeurism, what's the meaning of it? Any one of you? Voyeurism? Pardon? Voyeurism means a man watching or capturing the image of a woman engaged in act in her privacy. Photo video. This is called voyeurism. It was not there earlier. Now it has been made an offense 10 years before, 2013. Then stalking. Physically வந்து மிரட்டுறது ஒரு பக்கம், செல்ஃபோன்லேயே மிரட்டுறது, செல்ஃபோன்லேயே துரத்துறது. Stalking on the internet against her will or monitor her activities on the internet. இதெல்லாம் ஏன் சொல்கிறேன்னா, your cell phone is available with you, chasing you, threatening you, intimidating you, following you on the cell phone. Everything is an offense and the punishment go up to 10 years. Very serious offenses. Anyway, I have completed that, and what your HR had said, the POSH Act, I'll say, it is an expansion of our Tamil Nadu Women Harassment Act. It is called in English, it is, Delhi it's called Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace. Look at the word. I am coming to that point ultimately, because that's the ultimate aim of your management. Sexual harassment of women at workplace, prevention, prohibition and redress act 2013. Look at the words: prevention, prohibition and redressal. There is a responsibility for the management. There is a responsibility for women. There is a responsibility for men. This is the Government of India Act 2013. I'll take only just 5 more minutes. I'll complete this. Similar to our Tamil Nadu Act, it has contained what is sexual harassment. Everyone should have a copy of this act. நீங்கள் கூட எடுத்து கொடுக்கலாம் அதில் நெட்டில் எடுத்து இந்த ரெண்டு ஆக்ட், தமிழ்நாடு ஆக்ட் 2002 and Government of India Act 2013. Just give to everybody, supply it through email or whatever it is. They must know what is the weapon available to them in case any one of them is subject, not only here, elsewhere also. Workplace does not mean only this office space. If a man working here follows you to Kanyakumari and harasses you, still this act will come into place. Physical contact and advances, demand or request for sexual favors, making sexually colored remarks, showing pornography, any other unwelcome physical, verbal or non-verbal conduct of sexual abuse. Any aggrieved woman can give complaint, or on her behalf, anybody else also can give complaint. Look at this, how wide open. They are giving so much of opportunity for the people. And what is the workplace? Not only physical space, cyber space also comes into it. Who can give complaint? Anybody can give complaint. Suppose if she gives a false complaint, there is a warning. If a person gives a false complaint and if you prove it conclusive is a false complaint, you can take action against that female employee for giving false complaint. And first, the affected woman should give a written complaint to the management. Do you have the internal complaints committee, ICC?
Yeah, we have the ICC implemented 9 years back.
Super. It's working well.
It's working.
Good.
So we have anonymous complaining box also in our intra portal.
Okay.
You can go and log in and details may not be known.
Okay.
And later it will be valid only based on written complaint.
Super. I'm happy you are having a committee for more than 9 years. Absolutely superb. If the company does not take action, this company will take action, there's no doubt. That's why they have organized this program. I'm very happy about it. If a company doesn't take action, you can fine the company itself under this act. Okay? And final word for you to the management, a piece of advice since I come across with this topic. What should you do as a management if such issues come up in future?
Night shift people on the 7 o'clock they have to.
So the management's responsibility, please the top managers, please note it down. Please exhibit zero tolerance to sexual harassment, number one. Number two, your ICC is there, you have got a policy against sexual harassment, excellent thing. And if there is a harassment, don't hesitate to action. The predator should be subjected to punishment or disciplinary proceedings, whatever it is. And frequently organize civility training to all the employees. Frequently. People will keep coming and going. So periodically please organize how to conduct with employees. These are the things, and the supervisors should be made to look for such instances of harassment, because survey says that not all women come forward to give complaint. So silently these incidents will keep happening. And I'll give you two numbers, all the girls please note down. The Tamilnadu Police Department has got excellent support mechanism for you. If you have any such place, not only here, outside, go outside. Forget about your workplace. Some other male harasses you, troubles you. You have got a number which is 1091. Anyone of you know this? Anyone of you know this? 1091 is the women helpline. It's a toll-free number. You just give a call to this number. I am so and so. I am being subject to harassment by this. Next moment there will be police support. 1091. Last year we received 11,800 calls on this number 1091. Affected women had called the police, and for child, if children are getting affected, 1098. This number please note down, and 181 is the number for Sexual Harassment Act. And last year we received 96,318 calls at this number for sexual harassment. Sexual harassment of women. Child helpline 39,758 calls. So these numbers are not jokes. They are of real use to you. I again repeat the number: 1091 for women, 1098 for children, 181 against sexual harassment. Police department organized a lot of awareness programs in colleges, in schools, in bus stands, in public places, only to create awareness. So this is also one such awareness program. I am sure especially the girls will learn something from it. Boys also will learn something about it. Yes. Don't think that sir is talking more against male. It's not against the males. You must understand the reality. Article 14 to Article 19 of the Indian Constitution, girls don't forget. You got equality before law, and also you got equal protection under law. And all these laws which I said till about 2013, born out of these Article 14 and 19. Never forget the date, 26th January 1950. Hereafter, don't just hoist a flag and eat sweets and go. That is your lifeline. Okay? Actual independence. Okay, the time is up. If you want any important question, you are welcome to ask. We'll finish it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Due to lack of time, like, sorry, we had to like do. So any important questions, you can write mail to HR team and we'll be posting it to sir and we'll be getting back to you. Okay, so like probably two things I wanted to add on. So, Innova is very particular about women's safety. So we had implemented a forum called Yuvati 10 years back in 2013. So Neil was the person who inaugurated it.
Okay. Yeah.
And after Yuvati was implemented in 2014, like we had implemented ICC also. So it's successfully running, and we have had like 2 false allegations and 1 harassment in all the 9 years.
Okay, great.
Okay, so I want to add on this. So, sir, quickly, like we had our Women's Day events that happened on 8th of March. So we would like you to present the gift to them.
Yeah.
So Lalita for fitness challenge. Shivashankari for super brain yoga.
Multiple.
Pavitra for plank.
Another fitness.
This is called, actually it's a fitness challenge we had given them actually.
Okay. Congrats.
Kirtika for plank. Taranya for arm wrestling. Neela for arm wrestling.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Yakna Prabha for arm wrestling. Varshini Bhaskar for arm wrestling.
Congrats.
We had another event called as Fireless Cooking. Niveta S from Non-Voice BPS. You'll have to be a little quick. Neela from Non-Voice BPS.
Congrats. Congrats.
Kartika from Infra. Lalita from Non-Voice BPS.
Congrats.
For the talent show, Gayatri K from ERP for Bharatanatyam. Kirtika from EADS for drawing.
Good speech.
Thank you. Good. Congrats.
Akshaya J from Non-Voice BPS for singing.
Congrats.
Thank you, sir. So I request Subbu to take over.
That was a very nice session, sir. As you mentioned, we will definitely take a printout of this 2002 Act and 2013 Act and distribute to our people. And we will also put it in our eConnect, our intranet, so that the girls can read it and sign it so that they understand it completely.
Okay.
And that was a wonderful session, and girls are now aware of their rights and how can they protect themselves, what are the protection available. And guys, they also know how to behave and how to be careful. But they are all friends, and as from the management team, we assure that we take your words, advices very seriously, because we are following it in many places, with classes, set up a lot of controls, everything. But we'll do it even better.
Good.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
இதெல்லாம் unbelievable information.
இதை எடுத்துடலாமா?